I've seen a lot of people recently on my For You page, especially Latinos, saying, why is the black community not speaking up about what's going on around immigration? Why are black people not supporting the Latino community? This, and that. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think that the Latino community deserves the support of the black community.
Latino and black communities have always been like this, and we should continue staying like that. There's no reason why the two communities should be fighting, okay? We have fought next to each other, side by side, since the civil rights movement, okay? There's no time for beef on either side. We need to stand together, especially with everything that's going on right now.
Since when has the Latino and black community ever been like this? And Latinos were not there during the civil rights movement fighting side by side with black American people. I literally was so confused because I was like, where were Latin people when segregation was happening? Where were they? What schools did they go to? How were they represented? And then I saw Latin people coming out, videos saying that they went to white schools. They fought to be categorized and classified as white. So I don't understand why y'all come up here and lie and act like y'all has been an ally for black people. And this is not to say that some has not, but as a collective, that's just not true. A lot of you all have racism and colorism within your own Latin communities. You all have a caste system within your own Latin communities. You all don't treat Afro-Latins the right way. You all discriminate and are prejudiced toward Latinas that look like me in you all's own communities, in you all's own countries. And y'all take that same, those same ideologies, those same prejudices, the same ideas and feelings. And when y'all do migrate over here, y'all bring that with you. A lot of y'all don't treat the Afro-Latins the best. Like, the Dominicans, they say the darker skin, oh, that's a Haitian. Me no black. Like, the Puerto Ricans, they don't, you can't, I'm not dark, I'm white. Like, let's stop. Y'all, it's the cap. Even y'all, even some of y'all know it. I took a screenshot of somebody, a Latino, up in your comment section. Let me post it. Look, they say, no, we have not been like this. We've been like this. Then a Latin Jesus says, no, we haven't. We have to fix the anti-blackness first. We have to fix the anti-blackness first. You have obviously not seen how bad our community is towards the black community. Our community became comfortable in this system. She says, I agree with you, but it doesn't mean that we can't at least try. So why would you blatantly get up here and make this lying ass video, girl? You know you lie. So with that being said, do y'all feel, what do y'all think?
I have a lot of people in the comments talking about, why are you just talking about African Americans? Why are you just asking for our support? Why are you not asking white people? Why are you not asking Asian people? If it's not clear by now, they have never been part of the fight. And that's not to come for you guys, but the majority is not the minority, right? Black and brown are the minority in this country. We have had a lot more issues than any other race in this country. So, by default, you would kind of think like we would stand together, having a history of so much oppression. And, I'm not trying to discredit anybody else, but we have both been through a lot. This is not even a topic of conversation. Once y'all get over the fact that it's not a race thing, because there's only one race, and that is the human race. And if you guys want to continue to put us in separate teams, then we are never going to fix the problem.
You guys put yourselves in a separate race from us. Hispanics, Latinos have always made it clear that they are not the blacks. Me no black. What about Native Americans? The so-called Native Americans? Y'all actually look a lot alike, to be quite honest. How come you ain't calling on them? Aren't they a minority? Asians are not a minority. Like, the math just is not mathing with this one. You know what it is? What it all boils down to? What people never want to admit is that black American people have always fought, and we have always prevailed. No matter if y'all want to say we on the bottom or what, we got ourselves out of shackles. It was not just because some white man one day woke up and said, oh, I think I want to let my slaves free. I think I want to let go of my free labor. Clearly, that was not the case, because look at what followed with Jim Crow. The most lynchings happened in America after so-called slavery was abolished, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. We've always fought, and we've always prevailed. You might not want to call us victors or winners, but we've always prevailed. I'll use that word. That's the operative word. And y'all all recognize that. I'm glad that y'all keep calling on us, because y'all know who we are. Deep down inside, y'all know that we put boots to the motherfucking ground. Where them fans at? Whoa, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Y'all know we get shit done. Y'all know we make noise. But what I don't like is that y'all are being so disingenuous and making it seem like we've always had this solidarity and this unity amongst us, when you all in your own communities have anti-blackness that you have yet to address in your own communities. The Afro-Latin community is underrepresented. They face discrimination, racism, colorism. And y'all take those same ideas and ideologies, and when y'all migrate here, y'all bring that with y'all. And y'all try to treat us like the same way y'all treat the black folk in y'all's countries, respectively. But instead of calling on us, why don't you call out the people that's actually doing these things to you? White people have helped us too to fight during the civil rights movement. More so than Latinos and Hispanics. Like, let's just keep it real. Why not call on them? Why not call on white people to be allies with you? This is very, very interesting. And I don't want anybody to get maimed or pop-out with a rubber bullet. I don't like the footage that I've seen of people getting ran over by cars. It's very, very unfortunate. I'm not sitting up here saying that doesn't... I have empathy. But I don't want to be out there getting shot. I don't know. Anyways. What do y'all want us to do? That's it. Let me ask. What do y'all want us to do? For the ones that keep saying, where's the black people? What exactly do y'all want us to do?
Latinos of all backgrounds. Do y'all not realize black people are not the only people in this country? You got your Chinese Americans, your Japanese Americans, your Korean Americans, your Indian Americans, your Muslim Americans, your white Americans, and your own people. So why in Davy Jones' locker are y'all so pressed and mad at us because we not out protesting? Folks, we did the most effective protesting last November, and the data proves it. We protested when it mattered the most. We were not out here with whole productions talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." Y'all was out here with that foolishness, knowing full well, that y'all had a few abuelas, a few tios, tias, mijo, and mijas in your house undocumented. But y'all got y'all behinds on stage talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." And you think we supposed to be out here protesting, picket fence in hand, clowning like some monkeys in a zoo? No, sir, bop. We did what we were supposed to do. And y'all put y'all's own community in the position that it's in now. And y'all need to live with it.
While I'm talking my shit, let's not forget there's a lot of black women, and if you don't believe me, go to TikTok search, that talk the most shit about Latinas, saying that we think that they're better than them. Girl, I don't recall any Latina saying something like that. I know we're very prideful.
Because you don't want to hear it.
You cannot try to humble us, though. Our pride has nothing to do with you. We love where we come from. We love being Latinos. If that bothers you, that shows your insecurity, not ours. Maybe you should be more confident in yourself. There's a lot of beautiful black women out here, so there's really no reason to be hating on another woman who feels good in her skin. And I understand it's a lot of men saying that Latinos are better than blacks, but if you look at the comment sections, Latinos are quick to shut that down. We've been looking out for y'all, so enough with the hate. This is exactly why I say we can never come together. There's just so much jealousy and insecurity.
This Latina also went on to say, oh, I know I look black, but I'm not black, but y'all don't claim me though. So who really feels some type of way? You feel some type of way because you probably don't fit in with your fellow Latinas that look more Spanish-like, that gives more of a mixed type of texture, because you look like you could be black, but just light-skinned because of the texture of your skin. Let's just start there. Second of all, nobody just blatantly gets up here and hates on Latinas. And I can't stand that y'all try to push this narrative that black women are just inherently so jealous. First of all, we're the shit. We're the blueprint. And this me saying that, I hope y'all don't fucking get up in the comments and feel some type of way. We set the tone, we set standards, we move the culture forward, we make shit cool. Everybody wants to be like a fucking black woman. Let's start there. Second of all, the hatred and the jealousy is projection. Because a lot of Latinas or a lot of black people that y'all think is black that's jealous, be Afro-Latinas, the ones that y'all discriminate against, the ones that y'all the racist against, the one that y'all show extreme colorism toward. Y'all keep acting like we don't know what goes on in y'all's Latin communities. Black Latinas, because y'all act like Latinas are just all light-skinned or mixed or just white and like fucking Portuguese and Spanish. No, we know that black Latinas that look just like me exist. And on y'all's countries and in y'all's communities, y'all discriminate against them and treat them like pure D fucking shit. So the jealousy that y'all talking about is actually coming from darker complected Latinas way more than it's coming from a black American. Way more than it's coming from somebody from my motherfucking lineage, bitch. Because ain't nobody hating. We've always accepted y'all. Y'all come to our communities and y'all do get upheld by some raccoon ass niggas. We already know. But that's okay. We've never ever, oh, I just hate her because she's a Latina. That's a fucking lie. If anything, we upheld you. We literally always told you that you were beautiful and gave you compliments. Y'all get up on this app and lie every motherfucking blood clot day, bitch. First of all, ain't nobody better than me. I eat bitches up. I don't give a fuck. I don't need it. What? You can say whatever you want. I am very confident. I could be in a room with any type of woman and still hold my fucking head held high and hold my fucking own and get attention. We just gonna leave it as that. I've received a lot of hate from Latinas, if you want to be quite honest, because they feel like, bitch, you dark. Your hair is kinky. Why do you even feel confident? Why are men even trying to talk to this bitch? I've gotten snares. I've had Latinas tell me that my skin was dirty. I've had Latinas tell me that, oh, my hair texture and this and that. I've experienced that from Latinos. So the pot is always meeting the motherfucking kettle. Anyways, black women, y'all just hating on Latinas. We don't say shit about y'all unless y'all say something about us. Once again, using black women to fucking try to get in the algorithm because once we're the source, we're the juice. Sprella Vista, Brooklyn Way.
Hey, I know this is going to get a lot of hate and I might lose followers over it, but I don't give a damn. I'm going to say what has to be said. I've seen a lot of people recently on my For You page, especially Latinos, saying, why is the black community not speaking up about what's going on around immigration? Why are black people not supporting the Latino community? This, and that. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think that the Latino community deserves the support of the black community. And the reason why is because the black community didn't vote for this guy. The Latino community did. We, the Latino community, and I'm speaking about all of us, are the reason we are in this shithole that we are in. Because over 48% of Latinos voted for Donald Trump. It wasn't black people who put Donald Trump in the White House. It was Latinos who put him in the White House. So now that we're getting screwed over by this guy, I'm sorry, but we have to first take some personal accountability and look at our uncles and aunts and brothers and sisters and friends who are Latino and voted for this guy. And before we expect other communities to come and save us, we need to start educating our own community because we are now seeing the consequences of our own actions. And yes, I would love to have the support, of other communities and be all united in this front. But I also understand the frustration black people have because, like I said, they saw what was coming. They didn't vote for this. Look at the numbers. I'm not making it up. It was Latinos who put this guy in the White House. It wasn't black people. It was us. And so before we expect other communities to come and save us and do all the work, we need to first recognize that we fucked up. Not me, because I didn't vote for him, but many of us did. That's the sad reality. But anyway, hurts? Yeah, but it's the truth. Let me know what you think. And as always, it had to be said, and it was said.
Latino women, please don't come for me. But I hope you guys are realizing a pattern about yourselves. Trust and believe me, I love y'all. I have Latina friends. I think you guys have real good energy. Y'all are real fun to be around. But as a black woman who has grown up around other Latino women, I have realized for a very long time that sometimes you guys act like the chosen ones when it comes to dealing with black men. I personally don't see this same, presentation towards other races. Y'all just particularly do it with black men. And I want y'all to know something. They could love y'all skin color. They could love y'all accent. They could love everything about you, the way you talk, the way you're shaped. Doesn't matter. You can still get played like the rest of us. So take it how you want to. But women in general, go where you're loved and appreciated, not just where you're fetishizing at.
Isn't it funny how when we are in the black community, we preach progress until someone progresses past you, then suddenly they're acting white. The second a black person gets more money, expands their vocabulary, drives a nicer car, levels up their life, suddenly they're assimilating. Do you realize that you're the one implying black people are beneath that? You're actually saying that excellence, order, and success belong exclusively to whiteness, and that is crazy. Why do you put whiteness on this pedestal? As if speaking clearly, dressing well, and being educated is their thing. There was a time where we dressed better than anybody. We were dapper, we were dignified, our music spoke of love, family, and responsibility. And when a man even thought about leaving his wife and kids, the men in the community came to his house and said, "You're not just embarrassing yourself, you're embarrassing us." That's who we were. And that's the standard colonization wanted destroyed. And we give into it every day. And that's why this is an us problem, not a give me more white people problem. You're still in chains, because freedom isn't about rebellion. Whiteness is not goodness. Goodness comes to whoever chooses it. My ancestors didn't fight so I could conform to this backwards thing you call culture. They fought so I could choose to read, to educate, to dress, to succeed, to fail, to leech, to have my own opinions. So pick.
So today on here, I saw something that really bothered me. A Latino woman basically was asking why the black community isn't there for the Latino community like they were there for us during BLM. Oh boy, y'all might want to buckle up for this one because this is about to be a CM Punk type rant. And in the theme of this Phil Brooks type rant, let me go and say the words that he once said to the universe. Do we have everybody's attention now? Now then, I say that because I find it funny that it takes us stepping back as a community entirely for people to recognize what's going on. Now, notice I said it was funny. I did not say I was shocked. Because this is what always happens. You see, somehow we are always blamed for things, despite the fact that a lot of times it's not our fault. And this one definitely is not our fault. Did you see those voting numbers? We didn't put that piece of shit in office. You did it. But you say you helped us during BLM and that's why we should help you? I don't remember that. Because you see, what I remember is that it took a black man losing his life at a point where the world had no choice but to watch for you to recognize that we go through shit. But you have the gall to sit there and blame us when the only thing that we did was try to prevent this from happening. Hey, I actually have a crazy idea. How about instead of blaming my community, you do what everybody tells us to do and check your own? Because they were the ones with the superiority complexes that made them think that they were better than people that look just like them. And excuse me, but why do we always have to be the ones that have grace for people? Because from where I'm sitting, a lot of people don't show us that same grace when things happen with us. Because the thing is, we read the 900-page document. We researched. We looked into things. I'm not sure we could say the same about you. Now then, I know it's not everybody. So right now, we need as much solidarity as possible, period. Now then, if you want to sit there and point fingers, cool, whatever. But us, we got a world to save. So what you do from this point is up to you.
On this week's episode of You Have the Audacity To, Latinos asking Black people why they aren't present to help fight against the deportations like Latinos were for the BLM movement. What? The audacity to ask such a question is absolutely insane. First of all, Black people, other Latinos begged you not to vote for this Cheeto. Begged you to vote for your own causes. And yet and still, you voted for him. Now here we are, facing mass deportations, and you have the nerve to question Black people? Not your fellow Latinos who casted the vote, not white people, but Black people. Black people who overwhelmingly went to the polls to support the candidate that they wanted, who didn't say she was going to deport Latinos. Do you see the hypocrisy? Also, Not to mention, Latinos weren't overwhelmingly involved in the BLM movement. I'm sorry. Well, not that I've seen. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But as far as I've seen in my area, no.
The tension between the Black and Latino community needs to stop. And we need to be the generation to stop it. Anti-Blackness exists in our community. We know this. Anti-Blackness also exists within the Black community itself. All communities of color struggle with this. And the reason why is what we all have in common. We were all colonized and trained to have a mindset of you versus me for survival. But that ends with us. We need to lead with unity and not division. We have to be the change we want to see. We have to stop pointing the finger in both communities and make the decision that we are going to choose to be united versus divided. I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but here are examples of how you can show up differently and be the change you want to see. Number 1, share stories of solidarity. Share stories of love. Share stories of when you have experienced the Black or Latino community showing up in your spaces. We need to shift the narrative. Number 2, if your reality is division between the Black and Latino community and your goal is unity, then it is up to you to seek out examples of when the Latino and Black communities show up for one another, where they show love, where there is actual solidarity, because guess what? It exists. And if you need a place to start with me. I am happy to be a part of your network of Latinos who have nothing but love for our Black sisters and brothers. Number 3, ask your neighbors how you can be helpful. You need to lead with your heart in this moment. That is the only way that we are going to experience an actual shift. We have to show up as human beings. We have to show up vulnerable. We have to show up as the change that we want to see. Lastly, ask others to join you. Let's actually start in the comments. Share your stories of solidarity and love. If members of the Latino and Black community have a hard time seeing it, let's show them how it's actually done. I stand with my Black brothers and sisters, and I also stand with my Latino familia. But the change, it starts with us. I love you.
Am I the only one that didn't know that apparently Latinos were like begging Black people for support and help now that Donald Trump is trying to deport? I did not know this. I just learned in the comment section, man, in one of my videos, man. They said, yo, they was just asking us for help. Now they're blaming us for having DM men in their community. Like, what's going on over here? I was asking for help, man. So y'all know how to go down that rabbit hole. And apparently there's a whole bunch of Latinos, man, talking about Black people. We need to unite. We need to come together. Trump is trying to get us out of here. It's us. Who the fuck is us? We legal. We ain't going nowhere. The worst thing we're gonna hear is somebody say go back to Africa, and we haven't heard that since the 90s. Listen, I can make fun of the situation, right? Because I don't got papers, right? The broski's an undocumented immigrant, but I've been dodging ICE since 1998 when we used to call it La Migra. And I'm out here in New York City, so I'm protected. Like the other day, they were closing in on me, right? They was about to arrest me, man. And 5 batshit crazy liberals, man, stopped walking their dogs and drinking their Starbucks, man. And they jumped at the ICE agents and said, "The broski, run, broski, run!" And man, I took off running, bro. I've been running ever since, bro. They did not catch me, man. So I could talk confidently out here in New York City because I know these liberals ain't gonna allow these ICE agents to arrest me. They're like, that's our fucking immigrant. He ain't going nowhere. But he shot 2 cops. We don't give a fuck, man. Those were his cops to shoot.
The last few days, there has been this conversation online in where some Latinos are upset that there are some Black folk that are not going out to protest. I'm going to hold your hand while I say this, and I ask you to please keep an open mind. If you're Latino and you're upset that you believe that there aren't Black people out there protesting in support of the Latino and undocumented community, you need to shut up because you're wrong and you're pretty much biased. Because the reality is that, yes, there are some Black people out there protesting together with Latinos. So I don't know why you're so focused on some people online saying that they're not going to go out there. When in reality, you got to remember that it was a majority of members of our own community that voted to elect the fool that's in presidency right now. And that the majority of Black folk were against the current president right now. And that was reflected in the election polls. So instead of believing this narrative that seems to be existing online, go out there in the street and you'll see that there are Black people protesting with Latinos. So either you need probably more Black friends or to be around more Black people to realize that yes, they are out there and that there are current Black folks showing their support. You need to understand that Latinos are not a monolith, black folk are not a monolith, and putting this expectation on another group when members of our own group are the ops. And understand that a lot of the movements we see today, black folk organizing, have been the template for that. And do not ever forget that the 14th Amendment that gives us, the children of immigrants, the right to be U.S. citizens by being born here on U.S. soil is thanks to black people who have advocated, who have protested to be treated like U.S. citizens in a country that did not see them as.
Why are Latinos asking black people to join them in the protest? But last month, black people asked Latinos to stop saying the N-word because black people find it disrespectful when Latinos say the N-word. And Latinos were so offended that they started disrespecting the black community. And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I want to say something. If you've been following me for a while or have gone through my videos recently, you see that I'm constantly pushing for unity between communities. Majority of the black people in the comments are stating how they get a lot of disrespect from the Latinos, and majority of the Latinos in my comments are actually really disrespectful to the black community. And I've been pushing for unity because these protests are not where we're going to unite. There's something bigger to come where we need that unity. And something that I've been noticing during these protests is a lot of Latinos are asking the black community for help. And when the black community states how they don't want to, or they don't feel like they should, Latinos are disrespecting them with racial slurs. There's a video circulating on the internet where a Latina is yelling the N-word in a very derogatory form to a black police officer. How is that helping our cause when we're asking the black community to join us? There's videos on the internet where the comment section is full of hate from Latinos to black people because the black community doesn't want to join us on the protest. And while sure, I agree that this is everybody's fight, Latinos, we need to take responsibility and acknowledge the fact that this is our fault. I find it very ghetto and disrespectful for us to be saying the N-word. I find it very disrespectful for us to be even saying the M word, that stands for Beatles in Spanish. And while I am going to have a lot of people in the comments saying that this is all politics and about the Latinos for Trump BS, this has nothing to do with politics because it is before Trump took office. We were put against each other back in the 1970s and the 1980s. And we're a product of that now because it was our parents that were put against one another. Why? Must I remind you that back in the 1960s when we were all united, we actually got things done, like the Civil Rights Act movement. Latinos tend to forget that black people, the black community, were out protesting for field worker rights, immigration rights with us. And the black community tends to forget that there were Latinos marching with Martin Luther King Jr., down to the point that we do have a statue for MLK in Mexico because MLK was a huge impact in the Latino community. And while I do not agree with Cesar Chavez and the stuff that he did to the immigrants in the United States, Cesar Chavez, amongst many other Latinos, were marching with MLK. Black Panthers were protecting Mexicans, while Black Panthers also helped start the Brown Berets. We have a lot of history together, and this is why divided we stay conquered, because together we get things done. So no, I'm not asking the black community to come out and march with us, to protest with us, because this is something small compared to whatever is about to come. I'm asking the Latino and the black community to take accountability for whatever we have going on and start asking yourselves, why have we been put against each other? And why have some of us actually gone along with the way that they want us against each other? Why is there hate amongst each other when we've done nothing but unite in the past and get things done? Where does this hate come from? I've had my fair share of experiences with racist people in the past, but those people do not define the communities that they come from for me. There's always going to be racists within each community. So to my fellow Latinos, we've needed unity for a long time from other communities, and now we're reaping the consequences of us being hateful towards other communities. We even have hate within ourselves. And until we take accountability and change that, no one's going to come out to our rescue. Food for thought.
92% of the black community have decided to stand down and to let them do all the work. We have showed them the game plan. We have told them what to do. We tried to lead them to the glories of fresh water, and they decided not to drink it. At this point, it is not our fault if you starve. It is not our fault if you are dehydrated. If you are thirsty, drink, because we showed you how to create a pond of water within your hands. Seeing the entire country quite literally and figuratively burn down to the ground, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of makes me a little anxious because I am missing something. I am missing something incredibly important. You know what that is? I am missing a black woman who can drink hot green tea with me. That's what I'm missing. For those who don't know, I am absolutely obsessed with green and jasmine tea. It's one of my favorite drinks. No sugar, no GMOs, no added supplements, just the nature and the leaves itself. What's interesting is this. Every now and then, I will get tagged into videos from other people of color, and they will ask me and other black people, why don't you help us? Why won't you help us? Why are you abandoning us? It's the same answer of what I said 3 months ago after the presidential election. You betrayed us. We trusted you and you stabbed us in the back. Here is a phrase that I continuously say to my friends because it is critically important. Trust and love is very important. However, trust is 10 times more valuable than love ever will be. I can still love you. I can still care about you. But I do not trust you enough to where you won't stab me in the back. Trust is the complete opposite. I can despise you and you can be my enemy, but I am no fool. If I can trust you enough to where you won't stab me in the back, then that trust will be placed. It's the same way with this. To the Latinos, to the Asians, to other people of color, I do care about them. I love y'all even. But I am no fool. I know I can't trust you because that election told me everything I needed to know. That election told me that a lot of you is not on the Black community side. Love itself, my love for you, is not enough for me to have faith in you. If your trust was unbound and you continuously shown to me and everyone else that you are worth to be trusted, then we wouldn't be having this conversation now, would we? But because you have shown time and time and time again that you cannot be trusted, why are you acting surprised when we take our trust back? People need to understand that Black people are not hateful. We care about you guys. We do love you guys, but we can't trust you for shit. So if the entire country has to burn down for you to realize that you have placed your trust into the wrong people, then so be it. That's all I gotta say on the matter. It is Onyx, and I'm gone.